All right, so Antonio, who pays for the inspection? Is it the buyer or the seller?
The buyer pays for it, just the home inspection, and if they want the appraisal, the buyer would also be paying for it. A lot of times, the seller may have his own appraisal because imagine he had a bank loan already on the house, and it was just done, 6 months, well, years ago, 2 years ago, and so it's pretty things have don't change in that drastic, so it could be pretty much accurate to the appraisal. But if someone wants a real time or actual appraisal, then it's recommended to do, and then the buyer would also be responsible for it.
How much is that setting you back when you buy the appraisal and the inspection?
Anywhere between the inspection, the appraisal, or an engineer would be around 275 to 300 euros. Okay, depending on the property as well, but in general, in there. And the actual diagnostic of the house, you're looking at another, say, 400 to 500 euros for a whole complete diagnostic of the property.
So that's setting you back about 700-800 euros for that. Okay.
Together, right?
What about okay, so I'm looking, what's the total cost of purchase? So I got an appraisal, I have an inspection. You're
looking at an extra 10% total. I mean, probably that's the best way to sum it up.
Okay.
With all the property taxes, because there's a property transfer tax as well on the property, okay, that you pay one time. There is a stamp duty tax, there's X tax, there's the lawyer's fees, there's the registration fees, the deeds, etc. Unless you look at, say, anywhere between 8 to 10% at least for all the closing costs.
Is this in addition to the 5,000 euros for the lawyer fee to purchase for a foreigner?
No, that's included. That's included. That would be included as well. That would be included. You're looking at an extra anywhere between 8 to 10,000, 8 to 10% maximum, and that includes all fees.
So let me recap here. So I'm looking at buying a $200,000 home. Right off the bat, going to need 10% to cover the down payment, right? Or no, is it 20% or 10%?
10%.
So that's $20,000. An additional 10% for do my closing. That's another $20,000. So I'm going to have $40,000 to complete this transaction. Correct?
Correct. Well, exactly. No, you're going to need 200,000. You're going to need 220,000. That's what I'm saying.
220,000. Okay.
You're going to need 220,000.
Sure. I mean, the bank is going to be financing the rest. So now, what about your fee? How do you get paid?
The seller, the buyer's agent. It's illegal and it's very difficult. I've never done it. It just doesn't work. I mean, you can have like in the US, you can have you could charge a commission to a buyer, but you got to have like a contract signed by them. You know what? It's going to be paying you. No, basically, I work with other colleagues, and they have their listings, and if they do their homework, and I won't even waste time going to visit a property if I feel I'm always looking for the right priced properties spread out through Portugal. And so with my network of colleagues, when they send me listings, hey, this was just listed, okay, and I kind of just know, okay, I have this property. So when I have a buyer or anybody looking in that determined region, that sort of characteristics, then it just kind of comes to my mind, that this property is available. And then I work with the colleague. It's a split commission. The seller pays the whole commission, and at the end he gets a invoice he can use, okay, for the end of the year, like say for capital gains or for property just in general. At the end of the year tax revenue, he could present it, and it could be discounted because it is a legal expense to pay an estate agent. It's part of you can reclaim it on your taxes. So it's always the seller that pays, and basically I work with the colleague and I work it out with him.
So there's
on a
no
50-50
there's
basis.
no cost for your services then, right?
No, 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 no. It's the only thing I would suggest, and if a client really wants to pay me, then they can invite me to a nice lobster dinner or steak dinner, and I'll graciously accept it
Yeah,
as a bonus payment. You know,
you
but
know,
that's as far as it gets.
I love it. I love it. And some wine.